Hey everybody, I hope that you're all having a wonderful day. I was so happy to receive so many questions from you guys and I'm really excited to film this. I just want to start off saying if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Somebody asked how many pets do I have. I have 2 dogs and 2 cats. One of my dogs' names is Louie, the other one is Alfredo. I named Louie after Louis Tomlinson from One Direction, so if you're also a 1D stan for life. And then I have a cat, Jack, and I have another cat named Teddy Bear. Someone asked me where I'm from. I'm from California. I'm from NorCal. I would love to end up in Southern California though. My whole life since I was a child, my heart has been in SoCal. Someone said, what's your favorite music? I don't know if that means genre or songs or musicians, but not to be one of those girls, but I kind of listen to everything. Musician-wise, I really like Harry Styles. I love Boston. That's a bit older, but their music is probably my favorite music ever. I also really like Rush. It's kind of all over the place what I listen to. I love Gwen Stefani, and no doubt that's like my comfort music. Oh, and I love Elvis Presley. I grew up on his music. I love him. He's literally a sticker on my my Elvis poster just fell down today, but I'll put it back up. Someone said, what's something you wish more people knew? That was a great question, Jenna. Ooh, something I wish more people knew. I wish more people knew about like self-belief and like manifestation and those types of things. I do think that you can like achieve everything you want in life, and a lot of that comes from just knowing your self-worth. So I wish more people knew about that. Someone asked me what my favorite song is. At the moment, I like Stick to Your Guns by Kelsey Carter a lot right now. I also really love Taylor Swift's new album, actually. I'm a really big fan of her Reputation album and Folklore. Those are like my 2 favorite Taylor Swift albums. And I love The Next Great American Dynasty. That song is just my jam right now. Someone said Apple or Android. I'm an Apple bitch. I have never had Android, so. Oh, Phoebe asked, what lashes are you wearing? Oh girl, I have them right here. These, I got them off of Amazon. Bephalon Foam Ink. They're their cat eye lashes. You should check them out. Favorite color that I've dyed my hair? The blue has a special place in my heart. I kind of like this color, like that it faded to like a silvery color. My all-time favorite though was a year ago. I had really short platinum hair, just blonde, and I thought that that was really cute. Probably go back to that. Who is your fiance? His name is Attila. We are high school sweethearts. We met in high school. He's amazing. He's my literal other half. I love that guy. If you could move anywhere, where would you go? As cliche as it sounds, LA, I think, like Santa Monica area. Something about that is just so comforting to me. I also really love Scottsdale, Arizona, which is super random. I've only been there once and it was in October, so it wasn't like 5,000 degrees, but I did love it there. It felt very tranquil, so either of those places. My least favorite color, as weird as it's gonna sound, it's purple. I know I have purple hair, it kind of faded, but purple was always my least favorite color. I'm starting to love it though right now. Someone asked me, what's your favorite product to use on your skin? And then they put in parentheses, lotions, creams, etc. Ooh, I could make a whole video about that. I would say my all-time favorite product is vitamin C because it has helped fade my acne scars so well. Other than that, just SPF. I just love using SPF because I know it's protecting my skin. Oh, someone said top 3 memories with your fiance. Oh, okay. The moment he asked me to be his girlfriend in high school was just like super, super cute. We were just friends. We had never talked about having feelings for each other or dating or anything. We were just hanging out after school in like one of our local parks and he just asked me to be his girlfriend. And I was like, really, are you serious? It was really cute. So yeah. A second favorite memory with him, probably our first ever trip to Disneyland, just because we were so young and it was so fun. We both loved Disney prior, but that like fueled our fire. So that was super memorable. And then third, I feel like I have to say when we got engaged. We got engaged in California Adventure, which is a Disneyland park. And that was very magical too. I had a couple people ask me what made me get into cosmetology. Like, how did I choose that that's the route that I wanted to go after high school? My whole life I knew that I wanted to be a hairdresser. Literally since I was a kid, I put myself in that box at a really young age. I only ever wanted to pursue that. When I was in middle school, I was just obsessed with watching girls dyeing their hair on YouTube. The second that I realized I could be dyeing my own hair at home, I've gone through some crazy, crazy hair colors. So yeah, I felt like I owed it to myself to pursue cosmetology right out of high school. That same person asked me, what's the #1 tip you have for people struggling to decide if they want to get into cosmetology school? I know this isn't really related to me, but I do want to answer this. I say go for it. Cosmetology school is different depending on what state you live. I live in California, so it was a 1,600-hour program, which you can get done in about a year. So I think if any part of you wants to see if you're into cosmetology, just do it. You'll make a lot of friends, you'll learn a lot of stuff. It's really fun. And it's something you can always fall back on, even if you decide you don't want to do it. And what I love about cosmetology is there's so many different realms that you can go into after you get licensed. There's a lot of fun stuff about it. I love this question. Somebody said, I would love to know about some of your hobbies outside of hair. I don't know if this counts as a hobby. It's more of an interest, but I love movies. I love film. I always have. The past 3 years, all I really ever did was work. There was a year straight where I worked 7 days a week. I'm trying to actually delve into hobbies right now and kind of find myself again because I feel like my life was just hair for so long. Not complaining, I learned a lot in those 3 years. I'm hoping to kind of find other things that I enjoy doing. That same person asked me, what are your favorite shows and movies? So my favorite shows, I love Always Sunny in Philadelphia. To me, that is, when I say underrated, I mean underrated because that show deserves the hype that like The Office and Parks and Rec and Friends have. It's the funniest show ever. I've seen it all the way through. I think there's 14 seasons and I'm watching it again right now. I also really love The Boys on Amazon Prime. It's very interesting. If you're into Marvel or DC or anything superhero related, that is a great show. And I'm currently watching The Vampire Diaries for the first time. My best friend Julia finally got me to start watching it and I'm on season 4 right now and I do really like that show. I'm into that kind of like CW type of TV show just because I grew up on like Smallville and Teen Wolf. My favorite musicians, I feel like I kind of already answered that. If I had to pin it down to like 3 people, I would say, oh, I don't think I mentioned Miley Cyrus earlier. I love her. I even have a picture of her up there. I love Miley Cyrus. I love Lady Gaga as a musician and a person. I just think she's wonderful. And then I'd have to add Elvis into that. Next one is, do you have any tattoos? I have 2. I always grew up thinking I was gonna be like covered head to toe in tattoos because I just think that they're the coolest thing ever, but I'm also a very indecisive person. I knew that I wanted my first tattoo to be a daffodil for the movie Big Fish just because that movie means everything to me. I didn't do research on an artist. It was a walk-in appointment at like 7 p.m. at night after I had just worked all day. I just went with my friend Julie and I got it and I love it for that. I think the memory is funny, but eventually I'll probably cover it up and get like a really pretty daffodil. It's just like an outline of a daffodil. And then the second one I got is a circus elephant portrait on my foot. I found this design of a circus elephant when I was like in 7th grade and I always kept it on my iPod Touch. About 2 years ago, I finally just decided I wanted to get it and I went to the tattoo shop. I didn't even know where I was gonna get it or if I wanted it colored. And then I finally just decided on the spot I wanted it on my foot, on top of my foot. It hurt so bad. It's been 2 years and I haven't colored it in yet just because it hurt so bad. I've always heard that the foot is a very painful spot and that is true, but I really love that one a lot. The same person asked me, what were you up to during the quarantine / are you still in quarantine? Where are you from? Yeah, I've been in quarantine since I think March 17th. I'm from California, so honestly not that much. My bubble of people is taking this very seriously. My sister is an ER nurse and she has a baby, so we have to be very careful. So I did renovate my room. My room looks very different than it did at the beginning of quarantine. I had this massive bed frame I finally got rid of. I just kind of changed up my room and that took maybe up the first month. I've been reading some books. Nobody asked this, but I just want to throw this in there if you like books. My favorite book of all time that nothing will ever top is, it's called John Dies at the End. It's a dark comedy. It's so good. And I've been spending a lot of my time working on TikToks. I put a lot of research and a lot of effort into them, even though they're only a minute long. I always want to make sure that they're very thorough and that like everything I'm saying is correct. So that does take up a lot of time. I feel like I need to mention the band-aids in case anybody asks and the scratches. Last night I decided to be a dumbass and I was on a walk with my fiance at night and I saw a cat. And me being a total idiot approached the cat and I was petting it and then out of the blue it just decided to grab my arm with both of its hands and just try to maul my arm off of my body. So that's what this is, in case anybody was wondering. My favorite movies, well, my number 1 favorite movie of all time is Big Fish. It always will be. I literally have a picture on my wall right there of the daffodil scene. That movie is so good. I also love anything Tim Burton. In fact, my whole life I've been a little bit obsessed with Tim Burton. So Nightmare Before Christmas, Corpse Bride, Edward Scissorhands, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, literally anything that Tim Burton is affiliated with, I love it. Oh, and Beetlejuice, duh. Love me some Beetlejuice. My favorite comedy of all time would definitely be This Is the End. The dark comedy aspect of it is elite. If you haven't heard of it, basically the plot is that an apocalypse happens and it centers around a bunch of celebrities in Los Angeles, like celebrities playing themselves. So like James Franco, Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill, Danny McBride, Craig Robinson. They're all stuck in a house together and it's so funny. I also love anything Marvel. I've seen the whole entire Marvel Cinematic Universe like 3 times through. Now I really love Captain Marvel, but the Iron Man movies are probably my favorite storyline. I'm also starting to be a really big fan of the new Spider-Man plotline. I could talk about Marvel forever, but I don't know if anybody really cares, so I'm just gonna. I also love most James Franco movies. Something about the movies that he chooses to be in, I just always really love the plot. I've seen, I think, every single James Franco movie. And I have to throw in that I also love musicals. My favorite is Mamma Mia. I also love Mamma Mia too. They're so good. Somebody asked me what kind of camera I bought. I don't know if I'm saying any of this right, but it's the Sony Alpha 6100 mirrorless 4K video camera with EPZ 16 to 50 millimeter lens, black. I got it at Best Buy and I actually really love it. I'm so not tech savvy, so I had no idea what kind of camera to buy, but I lucked out. I picked out a really good one just by chance. Anyway, that's it. That's all the questions that I got. I had a lot of fun making this. It's fun to just like sit and talk, and I always appreciate your guys' advice. So let me know what other kind of stuff you want to see. I've gotten a lot of hair related questions, like hair advice questions, and I will answer those in a different video. I'll have you guys ask me like hair advice and product questions and I'll answer that there. So if I didn't answer your question regarding hair products in this video, that's why. Thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. I'm happy that you stopped by and I hope you stick around.